In today's video, I'm gonna give you 3 great questions you can ask as a candidate to help you gauge how much effort a company actually puts into caring for their people. Let's go. Now, before I start these questions, I do wanna say that these are questions best asked from a position of power. So if you're a person right now who is absolutely desperate for a job, I might avoid a few of these questions because they are a bit aggressive. But if you are in the position where you have a job and you are looking to make a move, but you only want to move if it's going to be a great opportunity, then I would absolutely say these are questions you should ask in your interview. Now, the first question I want you to ask is, what steps have you taken to help your employees avoid employee burnout? This is a really interesting question because a lot of companies aren't going to have things to say here. You're going to ask them a question in which they may not have an answer, but companies who have been actively working to make sure their employees don't burn out, they've been taking actionable steps to make sure that their people are going to be good and they're going to be well rested and they're going to be ready for the long haul. They're going to have an answer. So I think it's a really interesting question. I think what they will say is going to tell you everything about have they been intentional about taking care of their employees, or is it just an afterthought? All right, so the next question I want you to ask is, how do you measure employee engagement? So companies are either going to measure employee engagement or they are not, right? They're gonna have a strategy, they're going to have a system, they're gonna have a cadence, or it is something they don't do. So if they don't do it at all, take that for what it's worth, but companies who measure employee engagement usually do that because they want to take steps to making sure their employees are engaged, making sure their employees are satisfied, making sure they are happy. And when a company doesn't do that, then they're kind of rolling the dice. Now, I do have a follow-up question here. If they tell you, we sent out a survey, it's an Amplify survey, it's another survey, we have a suggestion box, whatever it is, if they have an answer for that, hit them with this follow-up question. Oh, that's great. What steps have you taken to respond to the feedback you received from your engagement surveys? And that right there is where it really gets interesting to me, because a lot of companies do have surveys, right? It's very common nowadays. It is one of those things that's trendy in HR and in organizations in general, because employees want to be heard. They want to provide feedback. But a lot of companies take that information and they sit on it. So if they can provide you with a really strong answer about how they took in that information and then they took action to respond to an overwhelming piece of feedback they've gotten from multiple employees, that would be impressive to me. Now, the last question is a question I've asked before, and I really like it. It's important to me because I care about development and growth. And that question is, can you give me an example of an employee on your team who has benefited from the development provided by your company, right? So you're looking for something specific. If this is a hiring manager, you're asking them, okay, you manage a team. You have development opportunities. Has anybody on your team specifically taken advantage of this and grown, developed, and evolved because of the opportunities you are providing them? They might not have an answer to this. They might go, I guess nobody on my team has specifically done that, but we do have A, B, and C. And to me, that wouldn't be the end of the world. But I would consider it a very positive sign if they could say to me, well, yeah, Ben, actually, I have this person on my team. He went and took advantage of our program for getting a Six Sigma Green Belt certification. He went and got that. He has since been promoted to a senior quality engineer and is leading several initiatives for reducing waste within our organization. That would be impressive, and that to me would be a good sign. If you care about growth and development, I do, so it's a question I want to ask. There you have it. That's the video, quick and efficient. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Like the video. It tells YouTube I don't suck, which I appreciate. Comment below. I always respond. Good luck in your next interview. You got this.